Whitmer Panthers rained out today against Bedford, but that doesn't mean we don't have a chance to talk about them. And joining us in studio is Bruce Johnson. Bruce, Whitmer 2-0 to start. I know it's really early in the year, but what's impressed you so far about this good start they've had?
Well, you know, the interesting thing is I think this began a few years ago when Brad Densmore was their head coach. He did a great job of building a foundation. It's not necessarily a team, it's a program now. Brad retired, stepped down last year to watch his son play, and Mark Rabbit has come in the first year and has really done a great job. All players are kind of hitting early in the season.
I know one of those players hitting well so far early in the season is Connor Barber. 2 runs against Bedford, 1 against Maumee, going 4 for 5, 2 for 3. It seems like it just keeps on adding to that stat roster.
Yeah, the University of Toledo commit is off to a great start. And, you know, that's a quality win against a very good Bedford team. And Craig Treichel has done great. And they're always going far. Maumee, same thing. You know, it's going to get a lot tougher for Whitmer. Next week, when they start getting into league play, they're going to have back-to-back games against Perrysburg. So we'll find out a little more about them, but they're off to a great start.
Yeah, new league coming from the track, which had high-level competition.
No doubt.
Now, they did pick up some wins against NLL teams last year with Perrysburg, like you mentioned, Findlay and Northview. How do you think, you kind of said it, it's a preview, right? We got to wait till they get to that Perrysburg game. How do you think they'll fare?
I think they'll be okay. It's going to be interesting because the NLL this year is going to series instead of one game. And the reason that's important, you're going to see multiple pitchers. It's not like the same kid can throw the 2 times you play a top team. So we're going to find out about the depth of the Whitmer pitching staff. I can tell you from experience, and I've called the Perrysburg game this year already, Dave Hall has got a deep pitching staff out of Perrysburg.
All right, so we keep saying it's early on. You can't really tell a lot yet, but we are going to ask you, who are your top 5 teams so far into the season?
Yeah, it's real early yet, and way too early. The Clay Eagles are 2-0. They're down in Tennessee right now. They opened up the season yesterday, and they won. Number 2, Eastwood. Kevin Leedy has got the Eagles on fire right now. They're 4-0, and they've outscored opponents 39-0. Now, I know that's not going to hold true the rest of the season, but that's a very good start for the Eastwood Eagles. Dave Hall, in his 39th year at Perrysburg, has the Yellow Jackets off to a great start. I mentioned earlier I had the opportunity to call their game last week. Tremendous team. Anthony Wayne, rated in the state, number 7. They're off to a great start. They're 3-1 in their trip down to Destin, Florida. They had a great spring trip. And Northview, talk about great spring trips. They went 4-0. And I tell you what, I know there's some NLL teams in that top division, 3, 4, and 5. Mm-hmm. Clay right now, though, is my number 1.
So Clay is your number 1 now. Make sure to tune in each week because this
That's right.
list is going to change the further in the season that we get.
Oh, it's definitely going to change. It's a way too early top 5. And I tell you what, if you're a high school baseball fan, get out and see some games. There's some tremendous talent in Northwest Ohio.
All right, Bruce, thank you so much for coming in and talking about baseball.